Hello again, it's Noob, and I'm really excited to show off this set today. What is it? Well, it is the Southord Max M3000 set. It's a bit of a beast. We've got 16 lockpicks and I think about 13 turning tools, although some of them are double-ended, so that sort of practically increases that number as well. So it's quite a big set. So, full disclosure, this was sent to me to keep for the purposes of this review by Southord, so thank you Southord for sending this to me. It's not a paid review, all thoughts my own, etc, etc. Right, let's move on. Why am I excited about this set? Well, I've always been a fan, and never hidden it, of the Southord Max range. I'm getting this off their website, but the Max Yield stainless steel they use has a minimum tensile strength of 270,000 psi, pounds per square inch, compared to 185,000 psi for even full hard steel. So this is very, very strong pick steel. Certainly, in my experience, some of the strongest I've ever used. So it might look like standard 301 stainless, but this does not feel like it. They're much less flexible. You can feel the difference, and you get better feedback because of it. These are the old style Southord Max picks with the ABS plastic handles. These are now, if I take one of these, a full tang steel pick. So you know, you get all that feedback through the handle. This may be people's preference, it might not be. It's just a sandwich steel handle, as you can see. They're quite comfortable, although I think Southord also sell some rubber sheaths, if you like, to slip over the handles if you prefer something a bit more comfortable. But yeah, so you can already tell from this is part of that sort of Euro Slim style range that they have. So all of these pick shanks are very, very, very slim as well. So you can see that here. So that's really the whole point about these Southord Max picks, is you get nice thin shanks. Although they have increased the width of these from the original, I think, 23 thousandths of an inch to 25 thousandths of an inch. It does make them a bit more robust, but I have to say, quite like the 23 thousandths of an inch thick steel personally. So what do we get in this set? Let's have a look at this case. So I do like these Southord Max cases, or should I just say in general, the Southord cases. They're made of nice leather, they hold everything. There are some pros and cons with a case like this, but it's nice to see that there is a good zip. Nothing comes out if you if you turn it upside down or throw it into another bag or anything. And if you just keep this set as it is, this is very pocket size. Actually, it's quite a nice slim case, and it's got a nice fine grain to it. But we're not really here for the case, so let's move that to one side and have a look at the tools you get. The turning tools, well, you get so many of them. We're going to just get through these quite quickly. You can see that you got different ends with different thicknesses here. Got double-ended Z wrenches there. We've got a whole load of what are called standard L wrenches, and again you can see the differences in thickness. I'm particularly partial, I have to say, to this particular profile. I can't even tell you why. It's just it's one I've used for many years myself. I just really like this one. It works very well in a huge range of locks, and you can see here different thicknesses as well. This one seems to be quite slim, but very thick, and this is not one I've seen in Southord's range before, but looks good. Then we've got all the twisted ones. You've got short and long. Not everybody's favourite if you're hand picking, but if you are electro picking, these give a much lighter touch to your tension, because obviously they spring and flex a little more. And you can see that we have, again, those different thicknesses there, which is ever so important to have. I mean, you're really not going to run out of turning tool options in this case. And then you have these. These are for recessed keyways. I think they call them like tulip door handles, where the lock's here and then recessed. The key and knob lock is recessed into the door handle, and this is able to reach over and allow you to access that. I believe these are more common in North America. Southord are an American company, so that explains why these are quite useful to locksmiths in particular, who come across the recessed key and knob door handles, if you like, more often, and you get a standard one and a twisted one as well. We're not finished with the turning tools. We even have one of these. I've actually used these for their intended purpose, which is things like filing cabinet locks and other wafer locks, but I've also modified them down to pick all sorts of other locks which just need 2 prongs. So yeah, these can be versatile. I wouldn't necessarily suggest modifying them because you're going to ruin any warranty Southord offer. Then we got these. They're more like backup picks, some kind of kinetic rake style thing on this end, and a little half diamond, a flat top short hook, and a snake rake. I see these in a lot of different kits by different manufacturers. I think they're just really good as a backup. You can throw them into other kits, into a pocket, etc., etc. They're just a nice double-ended tool, but clearly they're not as functional and as comfortable to use as your main picks. What do you get in your main picks? Well, for those of you who like your wafer locks, then you have a ball rake and a variant on the half snowman where you have more of a half diamond followed by a ball. Then we have your classic half diamonds, the original hybrid pick. You can rake with them, you can sort of single pin pick with them. Some people absolutely love these, and some people actually pick with them almost exclusively, but it's nice you've got a nicely defined small and a large diamond there. Then we get your range of hooks, and you see you've got a nice full range here. Nothing too crazy, none of those super deep gonzo hooks in this one, which by the way have a purpose, but they're not something which you tend to use very often. This range, going from your nice short hook all the way up to a deep hook, will get you into the vast majority of locks out there, as you can well imagine. And then we have some rakes. Let's go through these. We have a snake rake, we have a large, let's call it a wave rake. Then we have your classic L rake or city rake and a kinetic rake. And then we have your deforest picks here. We've got a deforest ball and a half diamond. I have to admit, I did use the Southord deforest ball for quite some time. For a while, I sort of used it quite a lot at one point, and I don't really use it so much anymore. I'm not entirely sure why, but I do particularly like this profile. And for those of you who like your deforest half diamonds, then this one's there for you as well. So yeah, quite a range of picks. So I've got an armoured shutter lock here. I'm going to use the slim end of this Z wrench, and I've just got a city rake here, and we're just going to go in and see if we can't gently rock this open, and we can. And we can just lift that over, and we've got the open. So I want to do a kinetic attack, and I'm going to use this very thick turning tool in this wide keyway because it just seems to work really nicely. Gives good control, fits in nice, got that kinetic rake in there. Let's see if I can't zip this lock open in a couple of strikes. Let's see if I can get it done. There we go. We have to do some classic lock picking, and yeah, I'm going back to this slim down turning tool. I don't know why it just works so well. It just seems to just not get in the way of the keyway, but still provide a little bit of tension, I think, from the wide end. So just using the short hook here, and just going to go through and gently push up any of those binding pins, as we always do. Oh, that feels really high set, that pin number 1 there, into a nice deep full set. Pin 3 here, and we are open. Nice. Because we can, let's see if we can rake open this master lock. I've got the nice thick end of a turning tool here, and it's one of the Z wrenches and a snake rake. And we're just going to see if I can't. Oh, so quick. So we don't have any dedicated top of the keyway turning tools, but I'm using the thick L wrench in the top of the keyway of this American lock, and we're just going to go through and see if we can't pick this open. From the bottom of the keyway, of course. Oh, and we actually got it, I think. Yeah, there we go. Open. So finally, let's show off this double prong pick with a ball rake in a wafer lock. I've got a strange little wafer Euro here, and we're just going to, oh, there we go, already got the open. Turn that all the way around if you want. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed those little demos. I tried to do one of each style of pick for you. It's always good fun having a little play with your lock picks, I have to say. And these are really good fun to play with. So I like to do at the end of my videos some pros, some cons, and things that I would change or like to see improvements on in the future. So pros. The case, really, really great. So it's just a nice case. There's really nothing wrong with this whatsoever for this set. It fits all comfortably in here. It's pocket size, it's zipped. It's really nice leather. They call it Valentino leather, I believe. I don't know what that means. But it is a nice fine grain, very nice. Other pros, really nice range of picks. In the main handle picks here, there's no filler. Every single one of these picks has a purpose. They work really well. Nothing to dislike in there at all. Other pros with the picks, well, it's max yield steel. You know, they're really firm. They have great feedback, full tang. The finish on them is really nice out of the pack. There's no need at all to run any sandpaper over them or anything like that. You can see they've got a nice shiny finish. They're well finished picks. So yeah, you know that whether you think the max yield steel is worth the uplift in price from your standard a full hard or whatever, your standard 301 stainless, whatever it is, then you know that's to your experience and taste, I guess. But I personally really have always liked the max yield steel. They are, in my experience, very durable, and it allows you to get good feedback with really thin shanks, which is very useful for those European style locks, which of course I pick a lot of. So loads of good things already we've talked about. The other thing is loads of turning tools. So just look at all of these. Now they are all bottom of the keyway, and we'll get onto that, but just look at the amount that you get here. You may argue that some of these aren't so useful to you if you're not a locksmith based in the US of A, but that doesn't make them bad tools. It just means that they're tools for locks that you may not come across if you don't pick a lot of key and knob locks of that configuration. But you can see here that you just got so many different thicknesses and profiles. So there's no complaints with the turning tools at all. Cons, very few, but there are a couple of things you might need to be aware of. So cons, no top of the keyway turning tools. I would happily give up a couple of these turning tools, just a couple, to have one or two top of the keyway turning tools, if not a full set of top of the keyway turners, just because, you know, it's I think a lot of hobby pickers in particular like those top of the keyway tools, whether they are in whatever configuration they are, but the top of the keyway tools are very useful, especially when you're using these deforest picks. Does that make the kit bad? No, but it's noticeable that they're not there, so it's definitely a con if you're looking for a set with a good set of top of the keyway turners. I can't, other than that, I can't think of a major con, but there are a few things that I think I would like to see maybe substituted in, or something different, or something you have to be aware of. And one thing you have to be aware of is that there isn't much room for many other picks if you are using a case sort of this compact and slim. Fits all this stuff in really great. You probably fit a few extra turners and a few extra pick profiles in there, but you're not going to double up on the picks and make this stay in a nice pocketable shape. Other things I'd like to see changed. I think that everything in here is really good in terms of the profiles, but a triple peak, the Bogota style rake, I would love to see one of these. I know Southord do those in their standard range of picks. I don't know if they do one in the Max. I don't think they do, but I'd love to see just one triple peak rake in this set. I'd happily give up both of these backup picks, albeit there's nothing particularly wrong with these. They work fine for what they are, but I would happily get rid of both of these for just one bow guitar. So what do these set you back? Well, these are currently on the Southord website at the time of filming at $188.50, which includes a lifetime warranty. You'd have to go to the Southord website for the details of that and any stipulations of that warranty. So, you know, you're getting those 16 pick profiles, you're getting the 13 turning tools, you're getting the nice case, all in that price. My personal feelings on this is that even though I did like those ABS plastic handles, I found them maybe a little more comfortable because of their length and general feel. I can't deny that you do get better feedback with these sandwich handles, and you do get options for some covers if you wish. I've always liked the Southord Max picks. I've said it before in multiple videos. They do give you that strength, that feedback. They're durable. I really like them. I think that you've got to decide whether the uplift in cost is something that is good for you. Would these Maxial picks meet your personal needs and tastes? I don't know. I think that if you were going to buy a set like this as a hobbyist, you might want to just get a triple peak to go with this and some top of the keyway tools. But other than that, it's a really, really great set. And you know, maybe I'm a little biased here, but I've always liked the Southord profiles. I think they do a great job. I love their shank heights, and I love their use of Maxial steel. But that's just my opinion. I'd love to know your experiences with using Southord Max picks. Do you like them? Do you rate them over their other pick ranges? Let me know any thoughts, good and bad, in the comments below. I do read them all and reply to as many as I can. If you like this video, please give it a like and a comment, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. All of that kind of stuff really helps me out. And of course, I will see you all next time.